Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope you're having a blessed and wonderful day. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, middle of the week. We almost there. We got 2 more days, and then the weekend will be upon us. Everything is good on this end. I'm doing well. Just hanging in there, taking it one day at a time. Blessed to be here, and as we all are. And let's get into the topic for this video. So last night was Jim Crow Joe, aka Joe Biden, Jim Crow Joe, um, y'all president. Last night was his Lies to the Union address or State of the Union address. And I wrote down a few things that he addressed in his Lies to the Union. Um, he attacked big oil. He attacked oil companies amid the energy crisis. As you know, in 12 years, I think 2035, I heard Gavin Newsom say that they want to start they want to go to electric cars. They want to do away with gas, with oil, more or less. They want to just go to electric cars. And I think they want the whole country to go toward these electric cars. I heard Gavin Newsom say that, and I heard a few others say it as well. My issue with that, it's many issues. What happens when the grid goes down? You're not going anywhere. If you have an electric car and the grid goes down, you're screwed. God forbid. So, you know, yeah, we have changed emission standards over the years, where from what it was 50 plus years ago. But right now, gas is the only way to go. Um, this electric car thing is, and another thing is that you need charging stations. Are they going to put up charging stations on every corner? How is that going to work? What happens if the charging stations are full? You go to the one down the street, that one's full. The other one's full. The grid goes down. Too many ifs, ands, and buts. Too many questions. So, but Biden attacked the oil companies, which he's benefiting from, which is kind of funny to me, being that we get our oil from Saudi Arabia, and most of the oil companies do, and he's attacking them, but he's benefiting from them. But again, I think this was all just lip service. I don't take him seriously. The man is 80, what, 80 years old. He should be somewhere in a nursing home instead of being leader of the free world. Many people feel the same way I do, but you know, this was lip service. He talked about police reform and new taxes, called for Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. This is a joke, and like I just said, it's lip service. The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, what is it supposed to do? Reform the police? You can't reform something. You can't reform gang members. It's hard to reform a gang member. Once their mind is set up, their mind is made up to terrorize people, brutalize people, it's hard to get them back. It's hard to get them on the path to the right track. And the police are nothing but gangs. They're state sponsored terrorists, they're state sponsored gangs. Yes, I said it, I didn't stutter. I make no bones about it. They're gangs. The police cannot be trusted, and they are state sponsored terrorists, like I said just a few seconds ago. They are. So, for all you Negroes who believe that police reform is the answer, that we can reform the police, it's not going to happen. There are police unions. There's a fraternal order police who are in the politicians' pockets. Do you actually think that the Republican House is going to pass police reform? No, they're in bed with the police, and many of the Democrats are as well. Not just the Republicans, but there are a lot of Democrats that are as well. Biden has given money to the police. He's given more money to the police than what Trump did, which was his predecessor. So do we actually think they're going to reform the police? Again, lip service, lip service. And what is this act? What about anti-black hate crime bill? You could pass all the police reform acts that you want. It's not going to stop these thugs from murdering us unjustifiably. It's not going to stop it. You need to pass an anti-black hate crime bill. Pass that. The Emmett Till anti-black hate crime bill. Then I'll take you seriously. But you won't even address reparations, which the Republicans or the Democrats, they want to address reparations. They don't want to right a wrong that's been going on for centuries. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to have that conversation or pass that or reparations for black people. They don't want that. They don't want to pass that. We're going to do a study. We're going to do a study just to pacify us. Pass an anti-black hate crime bill. That's what you need to pass. Because this George Floyd Justice and Policing Act is a joke. He insisted that Congress vote to require background checks for all gun sales, which I agree with, because if you're a mentally disturbed person, you have no business with a weapon. Hell, you have no business driving a car, let alone owning a gun. A mentally disturbed person has no business owning a car, raising children, or owning a gun. So I agree with that. Require self-storage of firearms. Yes, there should be. I agree with that. And ban assault weapons. That's where I disagree. You should not ban assault weapons. Are you going to ban them for the military? Are you going to ban them for these terrorists I just spoke of, which are the police? Or are you going to ban them just for citizens? And is it just going to be for black people? Because when the Black Panthers marched on the Capitol, on our state capitol in California, in Sacramento, which is 2 hours from where I live, when they marched on that state capitol, they passed the Mulford Act. Reagan passed it out here in California. California was the first state to pass gun reform. The Mulford Act of 1967. Look it up. Black Panthers were on the state capitol in Sacramento with M16s. Rounds in the chamber. Fully armed. Then white people were scared and they passed gun reform out here in California. This was the first state to ban assault weapons. I don't agree with them banning assault weapons. Yes, I understand there have been thousands of mass shootings in this country. God knows how many, and there's going to be many more. But it's not the weapons, it's the people. Mentally disturbed people. That's why you need background checks. We have the right to bear arms. I agree with the Second Amendment. However, mentally disturbed people forfeit that right because they don't have the mental capacity. But I am a Second Amendment person. I'm pro Second Amendment. We have that right. Responsible taxpaying citizens have that right to bear arms. We have the right to have assault weapons. Why are you taking that right away from us? This is unconstitutional and it's tyrannical and it's overreach. It's another example of government overreach, and I do not agree with it. Like I said, I'm pro Second Amendment. He pushed for Congress to pass the billionaire minimum tax and to quadruple the 1% tax on corporate share buybacks that was enacted in the Democrats' climate and healthcare bill passed just last year, called the Inflation Reduction Act. Really? Eggs are damn near $10 in some places. Last year there was a problem with with milk. You know, people, it was hard to get baby formula to get milk. But now you want to pass an Inflation Reduction Act? Again, lip service. I don't take anything Jim Crow Joe, y'all president, said. I don't take anything he says seriously. It's a lip service. Last year it was with milk, baby formula. This year it's with eggs. Right now, currently it's eggs. Next is going to be butter. Watch and see what I tell you. I told a good brother of mine that last week, butter is going to skyrocket. We're still early in 2023. We're only in the second month of this year. We still have spring. We still have summer. Gas hasn't gone up yet. Thankfully, it's down right now, which it normally is during the winter months. Last year was an anomaly. The winter of last year was an anomaly. That was something that was unheard of. Gas prices being high as it was the winter of 2021-22. That was unheard of. But now gas prices are pretty much back to normal. They're down. But again, wait until the warmer months come. You have your holidays, Memorial Day in May, the official kickoff to summer. You have the month of June. You have the month of July. You have so-called Independence Day in July. You have the month of August and September. So you have essentially what, 4.5 months of warm months, of summer months, where the prices of oil and gas will skyrocket, which they normally do, which they have been doing for decades. So let's not don't pat yourself on the back yet, dams. Don't do that just yet, because we still got 4.5 months. What's up, Steph Carlo? How's it going, brother? Thank you for tuning in. Peace and blessings to you. But hit that thumbs up button, smash it down. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications when I do videos on here. And feel free to drop your comments. But back to this George Floyd Police Justice and Policing Act. Why George Floyd? So is he's the poster boy for police for police misconduct now? When there were Eric Gardner, Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland, Atiana Jefferson, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, Mike Brown, Freddie Gray, many others beside George Floyd, but they hopped on the bandwagon because, and the reason being, it was just the perfect storm. It was the beginning of the pandemic when they closed everything down. People couldn't go anywhere. George Floyd gets murdered. People protesting. Oh, you can't go nowhere. You got to wear your mask. COVID, 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 COVID. This is before the mandates of us getting jabbed. COVID-19, you got to cover up. You got to wear your mask. But yet, people burning down buildings, protesting George Floyd getting murdered, they weren't wearing masks. So COVID took a break during the protest. This was all planned. It's all a script. They built a monument to George Floyd. Are you kidding me? This Negro, like I said, the names of the others before. But now he's the poster boy for our trauma. So they pass up George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. It's crazy. It's utterly ridiculous. And sadly, too many of us fall for the okie doke. We fall for the banana in the tailpipe trick. We do. Why not pass an anti-Black hate crime bill? Why not pass that? Why not pass an act for reparations? Our version of the Marshall Plan. Help rebuild our communities. Give funding for Black people to start businesses. Put money into our community. Put money into our neighborhoods. Help us build our own schools. Start our own businesses. Nah, that's too easy. We just want to benefit off of Black trauma and just show them, that we care. Show them that we care. Let's show the niggers that we care. So we're going to use lip service, which is a joke. But yet, far too many of us keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe trick. Black people, please wake up. Wake up and smell the burnt toast, coffee, whatever. You need to wake the hell up. The assault on the ban on assault weapons, I disagree with wholeheartedly. Like I said, I'm pro Second Amendment. Are they going to ban white men, old Asian men for owning assault weapons, or is it just going to be nigras? Is it just going to be us? Like I said, they didn't ban assault weapons in California until the Black Panthers marched on the state capitol. Until they were on the state capitol out here, which is 2 hours away from me in Sacramento, with M16s, rounds in the chamber, fully loaded, ready for battle. That's when the governor of California at that time was Ronald Reagan. It was the Republicans in California, in the great state of California, who passed the Mulford Act. But until then, white men owned assault weapons. There wasn't a problem. But when that photo went around the world of the Black Panthers standing on the state capitol with those M16s fully loaded, oh, we got to ban assault weapons. And they're doing the same thing 56 years later. They did it in 1967. They're doing it now in 2023. Now it's the Democrats or the Democrats with 3 Ks. Democrats. Now they're doing it. They're doing the same thing Reagan did decades ago and the Republicans. And they're going to come after Black people. We're not committing these mass murders. We're not going into dance studios in the people's work in their workplaces, gunning down multiple people. Do we commit gun crimes? Yes, we do, unfortunately. But it's like a beef between neighbor. It's like a beef for proximity. Because you have white people who kill other white people. You have Asian people who kill other Asian people. Give me 1 second. Oh, that vacuum cleaner gets on my nerves. It's done. So I apologize for yelling. But in any event, it's a crime of proximity, is what I'm saying. So yes, Black people live near other Black people. Therefore, a lot of your beefs are with other Black people. Therefore, they kill other Black people. I'm not saying this right, but that's how these things go down. You have white people who live near other white people. When they have beefs, they kill other white people. You have Asian people who live near other Asian people. When they have beefs, they kill other Asian people, like we saw in Monterey Park and like we saw out here in Half Moon Bay. You have Hispanic people who kill other Hispanic people because, again, they live close to each other. So it's crime of proximity. It's crime by different areas. So this whole Black on Black crime BS is silly because you don't hear white on white crime, Asian on Asian crime, or Hispanic on Hispanic crime, or so forth and so on. It's silly. But again, like I said, black people are not going to other areas, targeting other people, committing mass murders. We're not the ones doing that, but we're going to suffer the most under this ban of assault weapons. We're not the perpetrators of mass shootings. We're not. Look at the statistics. Look at the facts. They speak for themselves. We're not the perpetrators of these mass shootings, but we're going to suffer the most. We're going to be painted as the boogeyman, as the scary figures, because they did it 2 years ago when you had a couple videos of black people slapping Asian people upside the head or tripping an Asian man while he was walking. All black people are, it's anti-Asian. Stop anti-Asian hate. Stop anti-Asian hate. Stop anti-Asian hate. And they painted us as the boogeyman, the black man, black people. They painted them as the boogeyman, as us targeting Asian people. That was the furthest thing from the truth. It was a flat out lie. You had two incidents, a couple of incidents around the country, and you pit a whole race of people against another race of people and make us the face of their terror. But you're for black people. The Biden administration divided. They did nothing but divide the races. They made Asian people hate black people and made black people hate Asian people. The Biden administration is responsible for that. But yet, they didn't say anything when Trump was going around blaming Asian people for the coronavirus. He called it the Kong flu. Y'all remember that? He said that dumb statement, Kong flu. So Trump actually put the target on their back. He's the one that started the division, but Biden is put into legislation. It was a collective effort. But they didn't say that white people was the boogeyman for terror for Asian people. When it was a white man who said it, Trump. No, we got blamed for it. So this whole thing, this whole lies to the union address last night, it was a bunch of lip service. Nothing's gonna change. That old ass fossil, who's y'all president, y'all, it's not gonna make any change. He's halfway done with his term. Thank the good Lord. Shouldn't be in there in the first place. And of course, the Republicans booed him. They called him a liar, but they did that with President Obama too. So it is what it is. Marjorie Taylor Greene was boo, boo, boo. Like I felt like I was at Showtime at the Apollo. That's what I felt. My wife was watching it, and I just saw it. I kind of glanced at it. I thought Showtime at the Apollo was on, the white version. Boo, boo, boo. I was waiting for the Sandman to come out and pull Joe Biden off from the lectern there, from where he was saying the speech. Where's the Sandman? Where's the cane to pull him off? That's what it seemed like. I mean, American politics is an utter joke. It's an utter joke. And we're still giving money to Ukraine in their war against Russia. We're training neo-Nazi soldiers, Azov battalion members, right here on our bases on American soil. Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and I forgot the other base. I think it's a base in Kansas. I think so. But I know it's Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Can't remember the other base. But we're training neo-Nazi Ukrainian soldiers here on our soil. We'll supply them with tanks. Like I said, we keep giving them bread every week. We're like their ATM machine. Every time they need a withdrawal, they go to us. Hey, we need more money. Okay, how much you need now? Bam. Need more money. How much you need this week? Bam, bam. We keep breaking them off, breaking them off, breaking them off, breaking them off. We're making it rain over there in Ukraine. When I say make it rain, I mean making it rain bread. Ukraine may as well be a stripper. And we may as well be the fool that's sitting on stage making it rain. Thank you for your service, brother. Thank you for your service. Yeah, but Biden, y'all president, he's training, they're training you Nazi, now mind you, neo-Nazi Ukrainian soldiers at Fort Sill. Look it up. I was beside myself when I saw that. That is such treason. You training terrorists? That is treasonous. Of course, the media keeps reporting that Russia's getting their tail kicked by the Ukrainians. But like a good buddy of mine, like a good brother of mine said, and like I was saying too, if Ukraine is kicking Russia's tail in this war, if they're kicking a butt, then why are they asking for more money? Why are we sending them tanks? Why are we training their soldiers if they're beating Russia? Something's not adding up. You're telling us 2 plus 2 equals 29 and a half. No, something's not adding up. Like a good brother of mine says, Johnny Fawara, somewhere you took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. So, I mean, come on. Wrong turn at Albuquerque is what Bugs Bunny used to say in the old Looney Tunes cartoons. For those of you who are too young to remember to know about that, that's what he used to say. I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. He used to always say that. I know I have a poor Bugs Bunny impersonation, so whatever. But that's where my brother got that from. But yeah, man, it's oh my gosh. Y'all president, y'all good old president. This is what he's doing. Ukraine wanted to have their sovereignty. So, in order to get their sovereignty, they gave up their nuclear weapons. Did y'all know about that? Look it up. They gave up their arms. They said, "We want sovereignty," so they gave up their nuclear weapons. They had a chance to join NATO. They said no. They gave them the middle finger, say no. But they expect us to have their backs and other NATO nations. But you refuse to join NATO, so you're on your own. And you gave up your nukes, so you're on your own, idiots. Oh, by the way, in 2014, and you can look this up, there was a coup d'etat in Ukraine. The Obama administration, who was in power here in the States in 2014, they orchestrated a coup d'etat in Ukraine, overthrew that government, and installed this one that's in power now. Look it up. Y'all old president Obama did that. He orchestrated a coup d'etat in Ukraine, kind of like he orchestrated a coup d'etat in Libya, where it was spearheaded by Hillary Clinton. We came, we saw, we killed, and she laughed. She scoffed at murdering Muammar Gaddafi, that evil witch. Look it up. But Obama allowed her to do it. Look it up. Again, no drama, Obama. Okay, yeah, right. He orchestrated that quagmire, that Benghazi quagmire that went down in Libya. An ambassador was murdered. Libya is now a slave colony. They're enslaving women over there. It's a piss poor, desolate, poor country. Libya has turned into Somalia. Libya was once a real life version of Wakanda. It was damn near a utopia. Muammar Gaddafi had it. That was the most rich. That was the richest country on the African continent. And Gaddafi wanted all the African nations to be on one currency, kind of like with Europe, with the exception of Great Britain, of course. How Europe is on the euro, he wanted the same thing with the African nations. But that would have meant that the US dollar would have dropped in Africa. The value of the euro would have dropped in Africa too. They couldn't have that. The US, Great Britain, and France couldn't have that. No, 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 no. They couldn't have that. This nigga got to go. We got to kill Gaddafi. He got to go. So Hillary Clinton sashayed. We need to kill Muammar Gaddafi. We need to kill this Gaddafi nigger. And Obama, well, yeah, Hillary, yeah, we need to do it. Yeah, you say so. And that coward Negro allowed her, because she was Secretary of State at that time. This is 12 years ago. He allowed her to assassinate this man, Obama, so-called no drama Obama. Barry Obama allowed it to happen. Yes, Libya had a high standard of living, higher than, yes. And was, yes, those are facts. Gaddafi was a black man. He once was going to give $1 billion to the Nation of Islam back in 1996. Look this up. 1996, he was going to give $1 billion to the Nation of Islam, to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, for black people in America to start businesses and to rebuild our communities. Look it up. $1 billion in 1996. He was going to give it to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for black people to start businesses and to rebuild our neighborhoods, our communities. This was right on the tail end of the Million Man March, which was in 95. The Clinton administration 86'd it. They said no go. We won't allow you to do a deal with a terrorist. It was a no-go. But yet the United States does business with Israel. They do business with the Saudis. We do business with the British government, with the French government, with the Italian government. But you won't let the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan get $1 billion from a powerful black African leader because he's a terrorist, and y'all do deals with terrorists every damn day. The Israelis, are y'all not paying attention what they're doing to the Palestinians? What they've been doing to them for the past 75 years? But Gaddafi's a terrorist? Makes my blood boil because it's such lies. It's such lies. And speaking of terrorists, what about the Ukrainians? They are neo-Nazis. They're terrorists. They're white supremacist terrorists. Hello? But we give them bread every time they ask for it. Every week we're breaking them off. Like I said, they may as well be a stripper. Yup, electricity was free over there. I know about the electricity and gas. Yup, and he housed everybody. There were no homeless in Libya. It was pretty much, when you saw Libya when Gaddafi was the leader, it was like Wakanda. That's kind of what it reminded me of. It was like a utopia. But now it's a slave colony now. It's a quagmire because we had to get our hands on their oil. We had to get our hands on their gold because that's what Libya has. It's rich in oil and gold. We had to get our claws on it. We had to get our claws on it. So we're going to orchestrate a coup d'etat, kind of like we did in Ukraine, because Ukraine, there's oil over there too. There's resources in Ukraine. So we had to get our claws and cause a coup d'etat. Now look what's going on. Oh, and did you know that Russia came to the negotiating tables, the negotiating table to end this war? But the media won't tell you that. They're going to lie to you and paint Putin as a bad guy. Yes, Putin is a bad guy, but Zelensky is a bad guy too. Two bad guys are fighting against each other. Putin is not the only bad guy here. He's not the only evil one. Zelensky is as well. So don't get it twisted. But the media has y'all they have y'all dumbfounded. They have you believing the lies. Malcolm said it. Malcolm said it 60 years ago. The media will have you hating the oppressed and loving the oppressor. This is the game that the media plays. They were playing it then, they're playing it now. It's even worse now because of social media, because it's a 24/7 cycle. The news media now is a 24/7 cycle. Malcolm said it. They will have you hating the oppressed and loving the ones that are oppressing the oppressed. So you're championing the cause of the oppressor. You loving him and you hating the ones that being oppressed. Make it make sense. But that's what the media do. Propaganda at its best. Banana in the tailpipe trick. That's all what Jim Crow Joe's Lies of the Union address was last night. It didn't make any sense. And Putin said, I'm fighting against Nazis. And people scoffed at him. But that's what they're doing. Why haven't the media addressed the crisis with the Black Ukrainians who are homeless now because of this ridiculous, insane war? Why hasn't Zelensky helped those Black Ukrainians? Hmm. Why hasn't he helped the Black Ukrainians? They are really out in the open. Bombs are dropping over their heads, literally speaking. They try to get refuge in Poland. Polish soldiers are detaining them and beating them and sending them back to Ukraine. There's videos of this. I posted it on my timeline. So is my fellow horseman, Johnny Ferrora. He did the same thing. Why isn't the media speaking about this? But you want to put flags up for Ukraine. Again, like Brother Malcolm said, the media will have you hating the oppressed and loving the oppressor. That's what they do. That's what they do. Everything that Brother Malcolm said 60 plus years ago is come to pass. But not only Brother Malcolm, the messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, everything he said there's going to be a war in Europe. It's come to pass now. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said the same thing, been saying it for decades. And many other brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam, they've been saying this, but we just ignore them. But it's come to pass now. We are a foolish people, Black people. They said in the Bible said God is coming for a foolish people. Well, like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, we definitely fit the bill. We definitely do. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications when I do videos on here. Drop your comments below. But it's so sad, but it's not surprising that we still continue to fall for the okie doke, for the banana in the tailpipe trick. When are we gonna learn? What is it gonna take? Is it gonna take a damn building to fall on our heads? Maybe so. Who knows? But like I said, y'all president, y'all president, Jim Crow Joe, his lies to the union address was nothing but lip service because we all seen the song and dance before. Those of us who've been paying attention, it's going to be business as usual. This George Floyd Justice and Policing Act is a joke. Why isn't Biden doing anything to protect the borders? We got fentanyl coming in. We got people dying from fentanyl, but he won't protect the borders. It's ridiculous. Drugs are just coming in. He won't do anything to protect the borders, but yet he tells this lie that he is. We just love putting our hope and faith in these old ass crackers, these old ass fossils who should be watching The Price is Right and enjoying the last days of their lives. Instead, they're running the free world. We elect them to to be leaders of the free world. Only, and then we wonder why things are the way they are. We can't understand why. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. That's enough on this subject. I think I made my point. I think I was clear on what I said. So there's no need to continue to beat a dead horse. So I'm gonna hop off of here. I thank y'all for y'all love and support. I need it. It's appreciated. I can't do this without you. So it doesn't go on notice, and it's greatly appreciated. And I thank you for the love. I thank you for it. It's greatly appreciated. Continue to support my podcast and my YouTube videos. Please continue. Share my videos. Get it out there on social media. Make them go viral. Let's have a conversation. Again, we don't have to agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Please, y'all, let's do that, especially in this day and age. Share the video, like it, make it go viral. Let's have a conversation. Um, Brothers as well as sisters, sisters as well as brothers, please be safe out here in these streets. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, especially to kill and destroy. So please be safe out here, whether you're running errands or going to work, whatever you may be doing, beware and be aware of your surroundings. Please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I love you dearly. Thank you for the support. Thank you. I'm gonna hop off of here, try to get something to eat, see what I can find to eat, and so brother hungry. But y'all take good care of yourselves. Again, love you much. Peace and blessings. I'm out. All right, take care now. Peace.